Hello, welcome back to TSW4, where we are back doing the ratings of every route which I own. On the last one, we got up to Hamburg Lübeck. We're on to Munich Augsburg. So, you do get 5 scenarios, nothing unusual. The 403 and the 425. These were both new to the game at the point of release. And at the same time, you do get a lot of timetable runs. But obviously, last gen users of Content Console Rise will only get the 403 and the 403 runs, which make the route dead. As a complete dead to it. So you do get a lot of now freight and other services do lay out onto the route if you've got a PC or current gen console side of things. Hardware as well. So is it worth full price? Nope. No, it's not. Even for current gen consoles now, the route is now. They need to add to it. They need to do work to it. Pretty much, because there is a DLC that has been roadmap from, to be honest, by this point, since Munich released. That hasn't as pretty much been put to the side because they need to do a lot of optimization to it. So, get it on a discount. On discount, definite. It's not worth full price. Definitely now. As the year goes on, years now go on for this route, and they don't update it. The discount you might want to wait for will get bigger, to be honest. So anything more than 30% discount or more, you at the moment is probably the best now for it. Out of 10, it is actually going to get 4 no, it's actually going to get 5. It's busy enough for 5, but it's still dead. Amsterdam Line of War, you only got new, because if I remember right, this came out after one of the route. The 425 was new, and then the 422 was already a released loco for another route. And this time, this needs a lot of work done to it now, as well. Once again, like Munich, it's a decent route. You do get the 101 as a DLC for the route, so you do get a decent amount of services. But it needs an icing added onto it. The freight services get stuck behind. In one direction, do get stuck at a red signal because the freight is not priority on the route. It is. But I will say, get it at a discount because it's a short route. It's not linear, as people say, but get it on a discount. And at the same time, out of 10, it is still going to get quite a decent rating, of 8 out of 10. Onto the Ireland line pre-upgrade. So with the 483, which is the 1938 tube stock, you've got 5 scenarios, and that's all you've got. The AI will not pick your livery, pick created or liveries from either your own self or Critics Club. The AI can, on occasion, will run not with their headlights on, and the sounds are actually quite awful, to be honest. They really need to update the sound on this, like they've done with the 38 stock for upcoming route on the list here. So, and I'm going to admit on this one, it's in net with selfies because of licensing reasons, but the route is set in 2019, pretty much just before the upgrade. Right, St John's Depot is dead empty for some unknown reason when it should be. So, out of 10, this is me trying not to be completely biased, but it is going to get a 6 out of 10, and I'm going this version of Ireland line, get it on a sale. and onto the upgraded version of Island Line, which is now actually in date now because they need to do the timetables on it. But you've got 5 scenarios. You do get 2 train service for peak time only, which is why I said that they need to update the timetable now and actually give us the 2 train service all day. Delivery is fictional because of Southwestern not giving them the license into that. But they have, but obviously you can get the on Creators Club, so popular version which I made myself as well. Sounds though are actually quite accurate. There are details on the scenery, which is while being local to the line, I know these problems. So that kind of doesn't narrate the arse. But out of 10, get it on. Be honest, get it on full price, but at the same time, get it on sale if you so wish. But out of 10, it is actually getting 9. The only reason why it's not 10 out of 10 is because there's scenery which is wrong on the route, and there's PSI boards at every platform. Onto the LGV route, which is still the only French route in the game. Very surprisingly. So you only got the TGV Duplex with it. 5 scenarios. They're only 30 minutes, pretty much. The short ones don't stop at one station on the route. They stop at Patagalion, or whatever it's called. It is a DSW2 release route, and it is, to be honest, the scenery is very bad on it. They need to do something. The scenery is very bad. You can see it popping up very awfully on the road. So that does impact the rating, guys. As a rating, it will get a 4 out of 10. And at the same time, get it on sale. It's not worth full price. Lincoln Rhinestrecker, which you only got the BR103 as a new loco for this. The BR110 is a different livery, and at the same time, the coaches are in the mint green. For some strange reason on the menu, it will show them in DB red. So, and at the same time, the 628 will layer in from another route, and also the Provoro 1 will layer on another route. BR110 does also do does both passenger and freight services on the route, and the 103 will do the fast IC services on the route. Is it going to be a good rating or not? Is it worth the full price tag? Not really. Like I said, it's not really worth the full price tag because it can be problems on the route, but it's a bit of a sort of style route. Not as as East Coast Main Line, but it is not the best route. But you do get it's quite a decent scenery route though. But out rating, it is still going to be quite a decent rating though, to be honest. It will get a 7 rating. And I'm going to say it's up to you if you want to say full price or not, but I don't think it's for full price anymore. But get it on sale. London Commuters finally had the backdoor 377 fixed, so that will help. You do get 6 scenarios. This was one of the busiest timetables. Last gen doesn't get the busiest timetables. So the only thing that was new was the 387, as we already had the 377 from East Coast Way. East Coast Way. The 375 does services. Say if Seven Oaks wasn't fit, and also they snuck in a load of freight services as well. The 323 does non-service runs, 166 does the stuff wrong, and you do get AI only HST runs as well through Clapham Junction. So no, you shouldn't really be there at all. 377 does the mainstay, and obviously 387 does the gap surfaces. It is quite a decent route. The back door on 377 has now been fixed when you spawn into it, so that's a good thing. Is it worth your time? Definitely. It's a decent route. It's an end-to-end route as well, so you can actually do end-to-end runs all day as well, which you can't do quite a few routes, to be honest. Is it that good enough for very good rating? Not really. It needs optimization done to it once again. So, like Munich, it's one of those routes which need that very badly done. It can be quite choppy in some places, and also the load lag at the start is very noticeable. But out of 10, it will get an 8 out of 10. The only thing that is pulling it back is the fraction of lag on the route, to be honest. Is it worth full price? Yes. Yes, it is. It was one of the rush hour routes as well. So, but it doesn't have rush hour passages because once again, that's something which is not on the route. It needs the optimization done to it. Oh yeah. Also, London Overground. You got the 710. So you got 5 nowadays. One is for football focus because you do go past technical stadium, which not people. 710 is the main style route, but you do get Jubilee Rail Tour, 33 Rail Tour, unlike local workings from the 37, neither, and also you do get good services. Also, you do get a load of freight services route. Out of 10, it's probably a 7 out of 10. And then overall, get it on sale. It is not the full 30 quid, but it's better off getting it at the sale price, to be honest now. It does still quite recently. Onto the Bakerloo line now, which is a TSW2 release stereo route, which has obviously loads of things. It's had one gameplay pack, which gave it silver stock, and also then a DLC 1938. And on to that, we've now got 3 timetables for this route. That there is the original timetable for the route, which is it is not the full workings. This was when the 38 also got released, which more or less I think was a stoned copy of the original timetable. But that's that. Then you also got this is now the proper timetable. With it, you've got the full running runs of 72 stock, and also the 38 does also show up as special services. And at the same time, you can also run special services with that as well. With the silver, is it a good enough rating? In some places, it does show its age. And at the moment, the 710 doesn't lay on to this route due to problems. Is it worth a good route for good rating? I'm going to bet yes. It is quite a decent route. It's a challenging route to keep the timetable. And you can get trains in front of you, so you do have to keep one eye on signals, which are quite close together and quite hard to spot when you're in the underground tunnels, in the actual tube itself. So out of 10, it will get a decent rating of an 8 out of 10. But I will say it's not worth the full price tag anymore if you haven't got this route from TSW2. On to the original Long Island. The reason why I say original is now this route will not get any updates anymore. This route is now set in stone for what it's like. You only got the M7 and the M3 was an extra DLC. This wasn't. The reason why there's 3 now on here, the 10, 6, and 8 car, they're not for some painful reason, but that was because at the time this was released, they couldn't do it like you would expect, like they can now. And at the same time, timetable. The M3 and M7. The M7 3, I mean, didn't add any new surfaces. It was just stone wall layer, substitute, and that's it. And yeah, it doesn't have many services either. And that will now hammer the rating of the route horrendously, I think. Exactly, because I'm going to say out definitely now, as there's another Long Island down there, which is obviously the 30 full price tag of route, so 30 quid. Unless you're on PC, then you would have had when Long Island Commuter released anyway, 10% discount, and on Xbox Game Pass as well. If you're on PlayStation, you didn't. So that's the reason why I haven't picked up Long Island 2 yet, because I'm a bit heft off Max. But out of 10, it will be honest, now only a 3 out of 10 because of the lack of services. And at the same time, do I recommend a bit at full price? Definitely not. A very, very big discount is what you want for this road now, I think. And I mean that. On the Luzerne to Cersei, you only got one loco with the pack, which is the 523. You do get scenarios and lots of timetable ones, which are all there and back. So once again, this is a route which I believe you can ultimately do at their beyond all day sort of style, go backwards and forwards. Is it worth the full price? But we'll find out. Out of 10, it will be only a 5. This is quite a short route. Is it worth full price tag? No. Is it also? Is it? Main Spessard Barn, which I believe came out of date very quickly after release, because it's now, the freight don't go the same way anymore. On it anyway. You do get those scenarios for it. And now, the only place where you actually actively now see the 204 as well in service, which I will admit is that now a DLC which I'd only recommend picking up on a very, very big discount because of that reason. Not too much. But you do get loads of services on it as well. 204 does a lot of shopping. Not many, but it's there. Out of 10, it's dropped down the list slightly because it's been forgotten about slightly. The route it needs a bit of an update to it, really. And out of 10, it will still get a decent one, but it will get a 6 out of 10. Is it on a discount? It's not worth full price anymore. The main town barn, which comes out of one station, which is on MSB. You've got 5 scenarios. You only get the 642 with it, but the 628 and 612 layers onto it. 363 was a lower pack. Came from another pack technically, but it's on the road by default, and the 26 is also available for freight runs along the route. This was the first modern day diesel route for Germany. Is it worth full price? Well, I'll find out. It is it's a single track line, branch line, which will take roughly an over an hour to complete. Just about over an hour, say, to complete. Just depending on if you're on time. That's why I say just. So out of 10, it will get a 7 out of 10, but get it on a discount. Midland Main Line, which Sky keep on giving stuff to it. So since that was all you got originally, then the gameplay packs turned up, the Plutonium and the Agriculture packs turned up, and this has also had, since its original release, a TSW4 upgrade as well, and they keep on fixing it as well, and also adding a lot of stuff to it as well. And out of 10, I'm going to admit that this route is a very decent route. And yes, very decently if you pick up the gameplay packs as well. I haven't really used the gameplay packs, but I know they will just give it everyone. Just because it's you need the gameplay packs to be honest for this route as well. It will get a rating of 9 out of 10 because of the gameplay packs. Just because of that reason. But I will say it is still worth the full price tag. On to Navaka de Lesden, which will be the last one out of the list for the Rush Hour packs, despite this has now had a TSW4 enrichment to it as well, which include the Vector as well, which was a deluxe or special edition pickup, or you can also now pick this up as a separate DLC as well. And it's a very busy timetable. They have fixed the train that went backwards on it, so that will help. And also added in the branch to main town or whatnot, there is a for free to Maytown. So out of 10, it is actually get a 10 out of 10. It is a decent route. So, and at the same time, it's worth the full price tag. New York to Trenton, which can be very laggy around New York. It's ultimately now the reason why there's also 2 timetables. And that was pretty much that is what you got as default. And that is got a lot more services in it for the 46. So the only new thing was the 46 and the multi-level cab car and the Amfleet cab car. 64 came from Boston originally, but also got layered onto this, and yeah, so it's a separate DLC. And yes, I know, technically that can be cast as not a new, but it's also new if you did technically 2020. But the lag will horrendous, so bad, it's unbelievable on the rating rise, because it's going to get a 6 out of 10, and at the same time, for sale wise, sales, get it on a sale, not at full price. The Talbot, this will be very controversial because you only get 6 to 8 new, and the 365 is technically also a new vehicle for this one because that is has a very minor changes to it, to the 636, to the original road. So, on that note, is it worth a good route? It is quite a decent route. It's a bit of a route which you can do once or twice, then go, well, I'll do it for a bit, then go back to the sort of start. Is it worth full price? So we'll find out when we do the rate. Out of 10, I will give it a 7 out of 10, to be honest. And then I will say get it on the sale price tag. 30, it's not worth 30 quid. Straight and simple, it's not worth 30 quid. On to Northern Trans Pennine, which was a TSW new release, which to be honest, it needs a massive work to be honest. It needs more services added to it. But it is a quite good route. From the start, you got the 45, 47, 101. The 08 and the 40 came from not really gameplay pack, but it came from DLC, which is the only time, still to this day, you technically got 2 DLC logos in one pack, which was the heavy freight pack, which gave the freight runs, which it doesn't have many of. This is where it needs an upgrade. So, slight upgrade in the timetable mode. I don't need a full re-release. And out of 10, it will get quite a decent high 8 out of 10. But I will say it shows its age, so get it on a sale. Oakville subdivision is quite a very short route. And you only get the 38, GP38 and GP9 with it, and to this day, this is the only Canadian route in the game. So, out of 10, it will only get a 4 out of 10 because it's quite route which needs a lot under it. It's got loads of passenger stations on it which don't get used. So get it on sale. I'm not in that. It's 2020 release. On to Pink Forest, which is out 2 Steam routes, the best route of Steam in the game. You do only technically get 1 new loco with it, which is the 4F. Both Jubilee and the 8F or both have been before, but you do nowadays most other Steam routes which will have Steam layers will use these, not another route. But it is quite a decent route. The 4F is the best loco. Probably guess that by now. But what would I rate it out of 10? I will admit there's things which are taking it down. And it will only get an 8 out of 10 because the AI Steam locos do not make any sounds. And the firemen are very stupid. But I will say, get it on a sale. You can sale price tag, to be honest, is terrible. On to Plenty of Corda, which did have a slight problem. That's the reason for having 2 timetables now, which got the came with the F40, the Gallo Cab Car, and the GP38. The MP36 by was a separate DLC, and so was the MP50, which was also a separate DLC for the route. The reason why that's the timetable which came to TSW4. It's missing the cab car services on that. That was a bug which they could never find out what happened to them. But out of 10, it's a route which heavily needs an update now. And I don't mean re-release to modern standards, it just needs an update to fix areas on it. It can have issues here and there. So, out of 10, it will get a 7 out of 10 because it's quite a decent route, to be honest. It's quite a decent level. Well, it takes over an hour, about an hour and a half it can take. Maximum if you stop and maybe stop. So, and I will say, get it on sale, it's not. Rapid Transit came with the Talent. Once again, this is now 2 timetables. This is the original. The Talent 2 MD, which is the BR1442 for some unknown reason why they shut that out. And then the 182 was a separate DLC. That's now the current timetable, which most people will now use, which will have that now relegated to very much short runs, and that's it, with the 182 taking over the main runs. So you need a DLC to get the full line run now. But you obviously do get those scenarios. Out of 10, it's only going to be a 6 out of 10 now. Get it on a sale price tag. This was a TS 2020 release, and now, if I remember rightly, the very first this was the very first electric route in TSW. On to Ryan Moore Austin, where you got the 422 for S-Bahn services, and the black, and the 185 in MRC route. This route needs a big update, to be honest. And out of 10, it will get a 7 out of 10 because they fixed the bug on it, which was a very bad bug. And I would say get it on a sale price. Whereas the Nord, which you got, this was the first time you would have had the 143, the 363 was the first time it would have made a appearance as a standalone DLC. And the BR155 in DB Red was also through as a separate DLC. Is it worth? Let's find out. Is it a route which you can say is a decent route still? It is. It is a decent route. It's not the full line, but it does need an update, I think, to do quite decently well, I think now. So out of 10, it will get a 7 out of 10. but I will also say it's on sale. Onto S-Bahn of Vollenberg, which was the first Austrian route in the game. Semi, because it still goes into Germany with the 440-24. And 4 was the only new vehicle for this line, following the trend of TSW4. But since then, you've also got the 185 came with the route as well, and all these three are layered onto it. This is the bugged out route services on the route. Those two are not. So out of 10, the Talent Sounds, this will be the first time I mention this in this entire video, and will be the only time I mention this in the video, are wrong. They are the complete wrong sounds for the talent. So that will hinder the rating, and the rating will actually be 7 out of 10. And this was a TSW4 release route, so it's a base game route. So I'd say the sale not, but I will say sale. Sand Patch, which was a TSW2 released era route, and yes, I know it was on TS 2020, but that was a PC only experience at that point in time. So Sand Patch, it came with this had a gameplay pack as well given to it, also the route the pack given to it. Came with the GP38, the AC44 D4, and also the SD40. Not in BNS, but at least it was. That was a gameplay pack, the New Journeys expansion pack, and the C40 was its own DLC. And it's got, to be honest, quite a few scenarios as well for you to sink your teeth into. You're going up and down the hill pretty much, so good brakes are very much what you need. Out of 10, it will get a 6 out of 10, I mean. And at the same time, I will say it's a sale pickup now, 100%. Cone Arkin on the current situation, when it has a timetable on the way anyway, another timetable on the way, so there will be 3 eventually on there. This was the original timetable. They're not the correct S-Bahn units on there. Come with a fixed time, yeah. But this is now the current timetable, where the 187 will do majority of the freight runs, paired with 185. That will be the base one. You will see that 90% more likely than any others. Talent will do talent services. 45 only does a small number of service patterns, and obviously the passenger runs are all done as well on here as well. And obviously that was the new expansions got from the name. And this was a TSW2 release route, so technically it's not exclusive anymore to TSW2, so that's going to be a leak line with the description there. But it is a decent, to be honest. And it is going to get a rating out of 10, an 8 out of 10, with the potential of that going up when the new timetable releases. And for getting it, I'd say get it on a sale. Kessel to Lusberg, which you do get the 2 ICEs on it, the ICE 1 and the ICE 3 as well. And you, by default, you got that one, and you got that livery there by default. That, and the Pride livery, the Bow livery, was a gameplay pack. The Dispelot 182 was also a gameplay pack. All the rest come from other ones. Out of 10, you've only got 3 stations. Out of 10, it will get a 5 out of 10. But I will say it's a TSW3 release route. So, and I will say get it on myself. On to the first fully in Austria route in the game, the Semron Bar, which came with the BR116 as the only new logo for the route. The 424 do show up as well, and that will do the main freight runs as well, the 116. The Vectron will also do the freight runs, but make sure you press that one, and you get that, you get a first. And the 47 is showing a service which did happen many years ago by this point, and also the 103 does also a special service. Is it worth a good route? It is quite a decent route. It's getting 8 out of 10, and at the same time, I will say I actually obviously picked this up at full price on release day, as you noticed, and I will say it is a good route, so get it at full price. Sherman Hill, once again, freight route. I got this on a very big discount, so yeah, onto that one. We got, I think it was the SD70 and SD40 came with the route. That's come from another route. Anyway, so out of 10, it will get a 5 out of 10 because you're in the middle of the desert, and I got it on discount, and it has had a TSW3 upgrade as well to it. It does have a gameplay pack for it, which I haven't got. And at the same time, is it worth a full price tag? Not really. So, on to Southeastern High Speed, which was released as a TSW2 route, but then extended in TSW3 to go to Ashford and Dartford. And also, it's got 2 timetables now due to last gen consoles. The 465 came with the upgraded route, not as a standalone DLC. The 700 is a DLC for the route. Euro Phoenix 37 is also for the route, and you also do get with this route RRHT services as well with the route now as well, which was a gameplay pack. And you do get a load of rail tours as well. This is the full timetable, which you do get the TGV showing up, and you will get AI only ICE services as well into Congress. Is the route a good route? Yes. So it will get a very good rating of a 10 out of 10. I am not being biased in any shape or form. Now, I don't work for Dovetail or an ambassador. Once again, I will keep saying that. So, on that note, it's worth its full price tag, yes. Spirit of Steam, British Liverpool to Crew, you only got the Jubilee and the Theatre, it makes it very dead. So, I'll end the rating of it. And out of 10, it will get a 4 out of 10. It's a very dead route. This is why I said it's the worst Steam route for the game. First Steam route. And I will say get it on a very big discount. On to Tees Valley. Lee Line, which came with the 37, the first 37 in the game, the 101, which was also in the 2 or 3 car formation, and the 08 with it as well. And then as DLCs go for the route, it came with the 31 and the Fast 20, which both add a lot more to it. And the 31 does also do have some passenger ones as well. So, out of 10, it will actually get a given quite a decent rating of a 8 out of 10. And at the same time, I will say, get it on sale. It's not this tips going. On to the Trvanderland, the second route out of Dresden, but it goes to Chemnitz, and pretty much you only got the 6 to 1 2 as the base local route, and then you got all this has been added. Don't ask why that layers onto this route. You also got the 143 with its coaches as well. my tongue comes from the back of the listening as well. Out of 10, it is going to get given a 8 out of 10. And I will say it is worth the full price tag though. And there's a little cheeky bit out of Dresden where they actually put a plaque saying this is not a bug on it. But yeah, it is worth the full price tag though. Skip training centre. On to West Local, which is not the best of routes to be honest. It showed it. But you do get the 150 with it and then another 37 with it. And also that the Steam pack does also show up on this route as well. So you've got a festive bonus. With the Jubilee, this Jubilee has got in it. So by default you do like that. 150 is on it, but you do get BR Blue Stock as well. That will also do the postal services as well. 101 subs in for the 150, and at the same time, so does the pacer. So, is it going to be good? It's very not going to do good on ratings though. It will only get a 6 out of 10, which is probably quite a high rating for some people, but I will say get it on a certain price tag. And finally, last but not least out of the routes I own, we've got a West Somerset Railway. The West Somerset Heritage Railway. Still to this day, the only Heritage Railway in the game. And this has also now got a Steam timetable as well, along with the original timetable, which was the Diesel Gala timetable. It came with a 47, which is that one there, and the 09 originally. And then other DLCs came into this, like the 52 and 33, and also all the other diesel locos, including a 101 layer, has now shown as well. And then going to the Steam one as well. This will show how limit we are on Steam packs. Anyway, and it's had a TSW4 upgrade as well to it from its original release on 2020. And this upgrade was a free upgrade if you owned the route. Then out of 10, I'm actually going to give this route a 10 out of 10. I'm trying not to be biased, but it is a decent route. I know for some people going at 25 isn't the best, but it's a Heritage Railway. We need more of them in the game, to be honest. We just do. And going to the price tag, it's worth the full price tag now if you've got obviously other packs of like the Steam packs involved. If you've got Peak Forest in Lion Scotland and so forth in as well, then at the same time get the 52, get the 33 as well. Not be disappointed. It is a decent route, to be completely honest. So, we've now gone through every route I own. That will be the end of this video. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. All that is completely free, and comment down below your ratings and scores below. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.